We have a very active New England forecast going on. Today is February 1st. Let's talk about why February is cool statistically in New England and then also see what the forecast has to bring.
First and foremost, it is about to get cold tonight. Those dark blues are extreme cold warnings. The lighter blue are cold weather advisory. There's even a freezing spray advisory along coastal areas where the ocean water is going to fly through the air and freeze overnight and create like ice buildup on buildings.
The extreme cold warning is for wind chills as low as 28 below forecast, so definitely negative 20s, could maybe even reach negative 30s in some places. This is going to be mostly for overnight Saturday night into Sunday morning.
And looking at AG2 traders seeing here for Sunday, those temperatures really dropping. Saturday and Sunday cold. Tomorrow going to be much colder, but it's really these overnight temperatures that are going to get crazy. Things will rebound afterwards, and we're going to bounce around a little after that. But right now, it's cold. And looking at the hour weather graph, this is from Manchester, New Hampshire. Temperatures are basically dropping all day today. I've noticed that winds are going to come up and increase a little bit. Temperatures are going to increase all the way until tomorrow morning, where we're just going to see very widespread cold temperatures. It's going to be cold tonight, but the wind's going to make it feel even colder.
Forecast discussion out of Gray, Maine says light snow comes to an end this morning. Already has where I am in southwestern New Hampshire. As low pressure moves away from the area, very cold air arrives by this evening and high pressure builds back in New England. High moves away on Sunday with the next week's system set to arrive late Saturday and Sunday night with more light snow accumulation. Think about the last little clipper system we got through, very similar to that. The storm track looks to remain active through the week with more chances for precipitation. Here's why.
So we're going to look at the GFS forecast real quick, and we're just going to go ahead and play through. So here is going to be the snow that's going to be moving in a little bit for Monday, maybe another round on Tuesday. And then after that, brief high pressure, but there's a little something moving through Friday. There's going to be another little something after that, possibly on Sunday or Monday of next week. And the reason this is going to be happening is the jet stream. Look at where the jet stream is going, where it's exiting right over New England for an extended period of time.
Storms track right along that jet, and because of where that jet is placed, we know we are going to have an active at least week, maybe two. So anyone who's been holding out for snow, for nor'easters, for storms, this is the type of thing where we're starting to get that set up.
Here's what we're looking at for snowfall amounts for what's going to be coming through Sunday night into Monday.
That's going to be about 2 to 4 inches of snow for most locations, except if you're in the mountains or higher elevations, might bump you up to more that 4 to 8 range. A little more snow is going to come through probably on Tuesday. And then after that, Thursday is going to be kind of the first potential for a nor'easter-ish type storm. There's definitely a low pressure that we should be watching. Way too early to say anything, but I will definitely be keeping an eye on it. This is not at all unexpected because statistically speaking, February is usually, for most locations in New England, is the snowiest month out of all of them.
So looking at raw data here from 1999-2000 winter all the way until this one, you go through, shows all the snowfall amounts, the seasonal totals. February is when we typically get the most, showing about 18 inches of snow as opposed to 17 in January and 12 in March.
That doesn't mean you can't have exceptions to those rules and have things like that happen. I mean, look at the past couple of Marches we've had. They've been major snowmakers, but we are officially in La Nina.
And I just want to take you back to the lesson I had before the winter, talking about if it was La Nina, La Nada, or El Nino conditions. We are officially La Nina, and I want you to notice in typical February, it's cold to the west and it is warm to the east.
Let's look at the Climate Prediction Center's forecast for the next 2 weeks.
Cold to the west, warm to the east. Now, we're not seeing the warmth quite make its way up to New England quite yet. Rather than seeing a north-south split in the orientation for the cold versus warm, we have a little bit of a diagonal split. This will probably potentially shift as February goes on.
Meaning I've told you all, January was exceptionally cold, but I was like, things are going to warm up in February. They're going to shift in February. They're going to change in February. That is coming.
Here's what a Nina March looks like with regard to temperature. But if you're a snow lover in New England, the good news is if we look at precipitation for February for La Nina winters, we are typically above over here. And once again, that's because it gets warmer. The air can hold more moisture, where over here it's a lot colder. Things are dry.
All signs are pointing to a warmer, wetter February, which we called a few months ago, which is really great. Nice to see when these things pan out. But we're going to be warming up where it's been so cold. We've been almost too cold for snow. The jet has been too far south of us. So see how the pieces of this puzzle are coming together. We're confirmed in La Nina conditions finally. So we know we're going to be getting that type of weather. The jet is moving its way back up again. So the storms are going to be coming our direction. February has the potential to be our snowmaker, but this is also statistically when it happens. I would love a typical February. Now, the only exception to all of this that's going on right now is we're getting evidence of the stratosphere warming up. So remember layers of the atmosphere, troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, okay? All the weather happens down here in the troposphere. When the stratosphere warms, it causes that polar jet to slow down and break down and to have cold air spills. So at some point during the middle or end of February, someone's going to be getting a major cold shot. we're like 4 steps removed from being able to say where, because we don't even not exactly sure the continent right now. Different models kind of disagree on that. So it could be North America, it could be Asia, it could be Europe, but somebody is going to be getting a cold shot during this time frame. And so we're going to be keeping a close eye on that. Otherwise, February looks like it's going to be going as planned, but that may be the one exception. So that's what's going on in New England. I'm going to keep an eye on what's going to be coming as this jet makes its way further north again, and we start having more storms start lining up in our direction. The snow potential is definitely going to be there, so we'll be keeping a really close eye on it this entire month.